All right, let's just jump right in. Think about this. Every single week, something like 700 million people are using ChatGPT. It has, like overnight, become this core part of how we get stuff done, how we learn, how we create. Today, we're looking at the next giant leap in that journey, the arrival of GPT-5.
And that quote from Sam Altman, man, it really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. See, GPT-5 isn't just being presented as another update. No, this is a fundamental change in what AI can be for us. It's about moving from a helpful tool to having a world-class expert on basically any topic, right there when you need it.
So here's a great way to think about it. If GPT-3 was kind of like a smart high schooler, brilliant sometimes, but a little inconsistent, and GPT-4 was more like a reliable college student, genuinely useful, well, GPT-5 is being framed as a full-on PhD expert, one you can talk to anytime. The jump isn't just a small step, it's a total transformation.
All right, so the big question is, how on earth did they pull this off? What's the secret sauce? What is the core tech that makes GPT-5 so much more powerful?
Well, it all comes down to this idea they're calling advanced reasoning. See, with older models, you kind of had to pick. You could have speed, or you could have deep, thoughtful answers. But now GPT-5 has this ability to pause and actually think built right in. So it gives you those more accurate, more reliable answers automatically without slowing things down. OpenAI says this makes it flat out the strongest, smartest, and most reliable model they have ever built.
And this isn't just talk. The proof is in the numbers, right? This new power is showing up in record-breaking scores on some of the toughest tests out there. Let's start with coding.
So check this out. On the SU-Bench test, which is designed to measure how well an AI can handle really complex software engineering problems, GPT-5 scored a new record of 74.9%. That's a huge jump from GPT-3's already pretty amazing 69.1%.
But it's not just about code and text either. This thing's intelligence is expanding into the visual world. In fact, GPT-5 is now showing it can understand images at a level that, in some cases, is even better than human experts.
The MMU is a notoriously difficult test for visual understanding. And here's the kicker. GPT-5 didn't just beat the older models. It actually scored higher than the average human expert. That sets a completely new bar for what an AI can see and understand.
Okay, benchmarks are cool and all, but what does this power actually do in the real world? This is where things go from impressive to, well, genuinely stunning.
You gotta hear about this live demo they did. A user just described in plain English an idea for a French learning app. They even wanted a little custom game inside it, and in just a couple of minutes, GPT-5 took that idea, wrote almost 400 lines of complex code, and spit out a fully working interactive app. I mean, that's a whole new way of creating software.
And we're not just talking about logic and code. Its creative abilities have also taken a huge leap. When they asked it to write a eulogy for older AI models, the result was described as rhythmic, personal, even emotionally resonant. It's like you're not just talking to a machine anymore, you're working with a partner that gets both IQ and EQ.
And this all leads to a really profound question, doesn't it? We tend to think of AI as a tool for crunching data and making things more efficient, but can it be more than that? Honestly, one of the most powerful moments of the whole GPT-5 launch was seeing how it's already affecting people's lives in these really deep, personal ways.
Take Carolina's story. It's just wow. She was facing a really complex cancer diagnosis, and she used the model to take these confusing medical reports and translate them into plain English she could actually understand. It helped her weigh the pros and cons of her treatment options and gave her the confidence to make a decision she could stand by. It went from being just a tool to being this vital support system for her.
Okay, so this is all incredible, but who actually gets to use it? And how is this amazing new power being rolled out?
Well, the big news here is that for the first time ever, OpenAI is making its most advanced model available to everybody. If you're a free user, you get access to GPT-5 with a cap on your usage. Paid users on Plus and Pro get much higher limits. And for businesses, if you have a team or enterprise account, GPT-5 is now just your default model. And if you're a developer building apps on this stuff, you've got options now. It's like choosing the right tool for the job. You've got the flagship GPT-5 for the really heavy lifting. Then there's GPT-5 Mini, which is a great balance of speed and smarts for everyday stuff. And then there's GPT-5 Nano, which is super fast and, get this, 25 times cheaper for those quick, low-latency tasks.
And this next part, this is a game changer for anyone building with this technology. The context window, which is basically how much information the model can remember at one time, has doubled to 400,000 tokens. To put that in perspective, a token is roughly part of a word. This means GPT-5 can now read and reason about an entire book or a huge chunk of code all at once. It's massive.
So, let's pull all of this together. When you look at the whole picture, what does this all really mean?
The bottom line is this. We're watching the shift from AI as a simple tool you ask for facts to AI as a true collaborator. An expert partner you can work with on coding, on writing, on solving really complex creative problems.
And what's so exciting about that is that this isn't just about a new piece of tech. It's about putting a new kind of superpower into the hands of millions of people. It's about empowering anyone, a student, a scientist, an entrepreneur, to create and learn and solve problems on a level that honestly was unimaginable just a short while ago.
So, the tool is here. The power is in our hands. With an expert on any topic you can think of, right there in your pocket, the only question left is, what will you create?